This is Twit.
Tony Wang is here, our editor-in-chief. This is exciting, Tony, the new Chromebook.
Yes.
They all kind of are somewhat similar, all sub $300.
Yes.
They run Google's Chrome OS. They're simple, inexpensive computers. This is Toshiba. What's different about this one?
Well, so this one's a little bit different, but the biggest difference is 13.3 inches.
Big screen.
Big screen, a little bit bigger than the rest of them, like the Acer that we reviewed on episode 106 with Radford. But I did go through the specs, and they're pretty much all the same right now. You're all running Celeron. I didn't know Celeron was still around.
Yeah, Intel brought it back.
Right, it's a 1.4 gigahertz.
A name no one loved in the first place. They brought it back.
It's like celery. Nobody likes celery.
Exactly.
2 gigs of RAM.
2 gigs.
Display.
That's good. That's more than typical, right? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So it's definitely. I mean, if you look back on laptops from a few years ago, this is sort of like.
It's a netbook.
Netbook, exactly. A netbook running Chrome OS. It's my first time using one, so I had no idea what to expect. Other than people say, oh, it's not that great, but I actually really enjoyed it.
So the Pawn Stars in this Microsoft ad said, well, when you're not connected to the internet, and you can't run Microsoft Office to it, and you're not connected to the internet, you can't do anything. Is that legitimate criticism?
Yes.
I mean, it's true.
It is true, but it's sort of like the Xbox One argument where when are you not going to be connected to the internet? We're all connected to the internet, right?
Even on an airplane a lot of times.
Right, exactly. If I'm home, I'm connected to the internet 3 different ways.
So were you able to live with Chrome OS and get stuff done?
Well, because what we do here, we use Google Apps, so it was really easy for transitioning. I sign into my accounts. You can have multiple accounts. So this is sort of I was thinking about, I know people want to have like a home iPad where everybody has access to it, but you have your own account. This is sort of like the home PC where, or the home laptop where you can have multiple Google accounts signed in. And it's really easy to use. I love the keyboard.
It looks like a MacBook keyboard. It's that
and
chiplet
it functions just like a MacBook keyboard as well. And so that's one of the pros is the keyboard and also the price. $299, it's sort of middle top range Chromebook.
It's about $50 more than the other guys, but that's because it has a bigger screen. Right?
Exactly, and with the bigger screen has bigger battery, so it does get the advertised 9-hour battery.
9 hours.
9 hours.
That is good.
With the display on medium brightness.
That's really great. Now it's not a touch screen, right?
No.
Okay.
No. That will you have to go for the Pixel.
The Pixel, which is $1,200 or something.
Right. Yeah. So the con, obviously. It's not a full OS, but the display is also sort of a con. It's rated for 720p, so it's 1366 by
768.
Yeah, 768, exactly.
It's not the super high-res screen you'd
exactly.
like,
It's not the Pixel screen.
But at that price.
Right.
This is aimed at students, at businesses where the employee doesn't need a whole lot of functionality, something like ours where Google Apps would work. Do you think it would work in those kinds of environments?
Definitely. I know it only has like 16 gigabytes of local storage, but you get free 100 gigabyte Google Drive storage for 2 years. And I was worried about that, but I actually found out that if you put anything in there in the 2 years, you actually get to keep them. You just can't modify the 100 gigabyte.
So after 2 years.
Exactly. You still have those.
So fill it up now.
Exactly. So if you want some, you can back it up. It's 100 gigabytes.
There's some other advantages to the Chrome OS. I mean, this isn't really a review of the Chrome OS. We've talked a lot about it, but security's great. So you don't have to worry if anything goes wrong. You can power wash. It gets right back to the starting point. And because you're logging into your Google account, it'll know everything immediately as soon as you log in. All of those, I think, are good selling points for basic users.
That actually brings up one point that I was having issues with was to log into the laptop, you're using your Google password. I know a lot of us use LastPass and OnePass. I don't know how that would work with that. Personally, I just have a very, very long password.
Me too, and it is kind of a con. I have to enter my Google password every single time. It's a little frustrating.
There was something I found that was interesting was there was a warning sticker on the bottom of the laptop saying that it might get really, really hot during use because there's no fan built into this. I actually tried to stress it, and I was not able to get it to heat up at all, not like a MacBook Pro.
You don't hear the fan because there is no fan,
no fan,
and you don't feel the heat because it
just
doesn't get that hot.
It's a Celeron.
Is it a metal case? It looks nice.
Yeah, it's completely plastic.
Just looks like metal.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
very solid. You get a little bit of play in the touchpad.
How is the touchpad? That's another thing. A lot of Chromebooks don't have great touchpads.
I'm a person of touching. Like, I don't like the clicking on the touchpad, so it worked really well for me.
Good.
It's as responsible as a MacBook Pro.
So we kind of covered the pros and cons. The next question: buy, try, don't buy.
It's a buy for me.
A buy, $299 for the Toshiba Chromebook. Just came out, and lightweight, portable. It's Chrome OS. I mean, you know, that's what you're comparing against these other Chrome OS. Yeah,
not too bad.
And I like the battery life. That's I think better than anybody on the Chrome OS as far as I can tell. 9 hours. That's great. Thank you, Tony. Tony Wang. He's the touch kind of person. We now know this about him. He's also our editor-in-chief.